I feel like I put these in some reasonable spots. Hey everyone, it's Minimacchio, and welcome back to another Minecraft tier list. So, this is going to be a tier list of all the updates from 1.0 up until the Garden Awakens. And I don't actually know if, I'm assuming the Bundles of Bravery is considered a drop, but I put it in because I was like, I don't know, so I put it in anyways. Okay, so, first off, we got, I couldn't really find any like, whoa, English. Obviously, I couldn't find any title screens for the first 4 up here. So 1.0, that's the release of the game. So I feel like that's like, I gotta put it like at least one of these 2. I'll probably put it like in I'll put S tier because that was like the official launch of the game. Gotta give some prompts. I honestly don't know what went on in these 3 updates, but I feel like I honestly don't know. I don't remember what came in these updates. So I don't know if I just leave them or I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what went on. I'm trying to think. Do I just put these in D? I'm gonna put these probably in D. I honestly don't remember what was added in those versions of the game. And then the next one is the Pretty Scary update. So this one, the Wither I believe was added in this version, and again in this update. Oh, I don't remember what else, but I do remember that the Wither was in here. So I feel like that's like probably like a high B. I feel like that deserves to be like high B. Okay, the next one is the Redstone update. The Redstone update I feel like is like one of the significant early updates of the game. I feel like it kind of like really changed like the game mechanically, like with be able to like power doors and lamps and whatnot. Redstone has become like such like a big thing in the game, so I feel like I gotta like give it prompts and put in like A or S tier, probably like right in between. I feel like it deserves to be like right in between A and S. I feel like it's a really like significant update, especially really early on in the game. I'm not really good with redstone, but I do want to actually start doing some redstone on my survival world because I feel like that would be kind of cool and I will be able to learn something from it, hopefully. Okay, the update that added horses. I don't ever remember really using horses. Probably like I might have just like once and that was it. Mainly because I find it easier to just travel on foot and by boat. So I don't usually have horses other than like for like aesthetic in like barns and whatnot. And just taming them just because like they're in the game. I'm like, oh, it's a tame. I could be able to like bring it home and have it sitting around. It also added donkeys, right? Donkeys, mules. I feel like it also added them. And just because of that, I feel like it belongs in B. If it wasn't for the mules and donkeys, I probably would have put it in C. Okay, the update that changed the world, wasn't that like terrain specifically, like how the worlds are? I think that's how the worlds were like generated, like different generation to the worlds. So I feel like that's pretty important. I'll probably put that. I'm thinking either A. I'm thinking A. I think that is the. That's the. I'm trying to think. Because I like have a very like small memory of all these early ones, mainly because I was really young at the time that like these early ones came out. Because I started playing in 2012. I was 6 back then. To put it, yes, was born in 2006, and I was 6 years old when I started playing in 2012. I don't remember. I don't remember when that came out. I guess I didn't really like look at the updates too much. I probably wasn't paying attention to them because I was like, oh, I mean, it's Minecraft. Whatever changes, changes, I guess. But now I'm like really into like looking at all these like mechanical things that are being like mechanical things. Looking at like all these like newer updates and being like, oh, that's super cool. So, the Bountiful update. The Bountiful update. Was this the one that ocean monuments were added in? I thought I saw something about ocean monuments in the specific update. The Bountiful update. I feel like deserves a B, personally. I think that does deserve a B. Okay, that's this first row complete. Now we're on the second row, starting off with the combat update. Okay, the combat update, that was like the one and only time that the end was ever updated in the past like 15, like since like 2011. This is like the only time the end was ever updated. And combat really was, I feel like, was for Java edition specifically, because Bedrock does not have the cooldown. So I don't know where I'm gonna put it between. I might put it in B, because that was like the one time the end was ever updated. Mojang, please do like an end drop. Please, we just need the end to be updated. It's cutting close to a decade. We're cutting close to a decade since the end has ever been touched. Come on, we just need a new end update. And the combat, I do kind of like the Java combat, but I do also prefer the Bedrock combat, mainly because I could spam click, and that's why I win so many games, is because of the spam clicking. So, you know what, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. But I do not actually mind Java combat. It's kind of cutting close to my patience a little bit at like sometimes, but I digress. Okay, so the next one is the Frostburn update, which that one came out in like early, was that like February 2016, or was that the combat update? I think the Frostburn update was in June, right? It was in like the May, June. That had polar bears, right? Like that's all I remember is the polar bears. So just because of that, I'll put it in C, because I feel like nothing really else happened in that version, because all I can remember about is seeing the polar bears and being like, that's dope. We got polar bears in Minecraft now. And I think that's like all I thought when it first came out. So that just because of that, I'll put it at C. If it wasn't because of the polar bears, I probably would have just dropped that to D, because I don't remember much of anything from that other than the polar bears and being excited about that. So putting that in C. And then the exploration update, that added the mansions, the woodland mansions, which I love the woodland mansion. They're some of my favorite like Minecraft like naturally spawning structures is the mansions. I do really love them. So I feel like this deserves to be right in between A and B. So I'll just put that right there, right in between A and B. You know, that's fine. It's fine there. The next one was I don't remember the full name, but it was like a colorful world, a world of color, something on the lines of that. That added like a lot of things. That added concrete powder, concrete, new beds, parrots, a lot of like building aspects went into this game. This one I do really like. I feel like I do really like this update. This was what, to like 2017, right? So that I'll put that in A. I do really like that update. I feel like that's a really cool update. A maybe right in between. Low A. I feel like that's like a low A, personally. Okay, the next one is the aquatic the update aquatic. Why is it like that? Like, out of all of these updates, it's always like the name and then update. This one it's update and then the name. Ooh, that's that's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. This one was like, this one added more fish, the coral, really jazzed up the whole like sea. I feel like this deserves a B, honestly. I think that deserves a B, or at least like a high B. Because I do, oh, does that deserve an A? I do really like this update though. I'll put it, ooh, I'll probably just put it right above. Yeah, I'm gonna move this one a little farther, that one. Put this one right above. I'll put this right next, you know what? Put it right next to the exploration update. I'm trying to think, cause I know I added like a bunch of like the coral reefs and all that, but I do really appreciate the update aquatic. I think that's a really good like update. Okay, we got the village and pillage. This one, I think, changed the villagers, like changed how they look, changed the trading process and all that. Also added the pillagers. The pillagers are just a pain in the butt. If I'm being 100% honest, they're just a pain. Like, they spawn in. So in my survival world that I'm making a series about, the Forgotten Paradise, they will spawn in like right near like the creeper statue and just start shooting. And I'm like, dude, why do you keep spawning? But then I have to remember, oh, I don't know if I have to be in like a certain proximity of like one of those like pillager outposts or in certain proximity of a village, but like the villages are pretty decent like distance away, and same as the pillager outpost, but they just keep spawning in like the wandering villagers that just keep popping up, and I'm like, what are you doing here? So just because of that, I feel like it deserves like a low B. That deserves a low B. It was cool when I saw it, but now I'm just annoyed. Because, like, what do you mean you just keep popping up? I digress, though. The next one is the buzzy bees. I love the bees. I love the bees. This one goes right. I feel like there wasn't too much that were added other than the bees. So I'll put it right in between B and A. I'll put it right there. I feel like that's reasonable. The next one is the Nether update. The Nether update, personally, that's not, I mean, it was a cool update. It's just more pain in the butt to find another fortress now because of how big it's gotten. Because I remember when I started playing, the border of the Nether used to be bedrock, and the Nether was so small, and you were able to just like quickly go in, quickly head out with all the blaze rods you need, because it wouldn't be that long to find another fortress. And now, since it's so big, you have to travel so far just to find one. So I feel like this deserves, oh, is this gonna be controversial if I put it in B? Is it gonna be controversial? Is that like hot take? I do think it deserves a B, like a high B. I personally think it deserves like a high B, but it's not one of my favorite updates. But it's not terrible. It's not a terrible update either. I do like the new Nether, but like, come on, it's such a pain to find Nether fortresses now. I've tried looking twice, got impatient, and left. I just got impatient. Because I spent like, one of the videos I did in the Forgotten Paradise was like, I spent like almost 45 minutes trying to look for another fortress, didn't find one, ended the video and just went right back to the overworld because I was like, this is just BS. I'm not gonna, like, I just got annoyed. I just got annoyed. The next one is Caves and Cliffs. Now, the Caves and Cliffs is honestly one of my favorite, is definitely like my top 3 favorite Minecraft updates. I love this update, especially the caves. I love the caves. I love the new caves, honestly. My dog is barking. This is important. Yeah, so the Caves and Cliffs update, I really like. So this one, I think deserves this S tier, personally. I really love this update. I just really love it. It's such a great update. Okay, the next one is the Wild update. The Wild update was the Warden, what's that place called? The Deep Dark. They added frogs. I really like these like recent updates. This one I think deserves an A. Putting that in A tier, personally, because I feel like that's like such like cool like feature to the game. Ooh, or does it belong in B? The Warden is such a pain to try to kill, so I'll put it right next to the Nether update. I feel like that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable. The next one is the Trails and Tales update. This one had added the cherry blossom trees, which I love. I love those trees so much. I love those trees. It added the camels, which I love the camels. I'm praising the camels. I love them. So this one, I really love this one. This one, I think deserves like a right in between B and A, honestly. I think it deserves to be like right there. I feel like that's reasonable. Okay, we're cutting close to the I feel like I'm keep going on and on about these. We got 4 left. This one is, I think, the first like official drop of Minecraft. The Armored Paws. This one added the new wolf variants, the wolf armor. And armadillos. I voted for the armadillos, and I'm so glad that they won. I love them. I love the armadillos. I also love the new wolf variants. This one, I'm putting an A. I'm putting this right between A and S. I love this. I love that little drop that they did. And then, we got the Tricky Trials. Tricky Trials, I honestly love the Tricky Trials. I haven't died in one of in one of them yet. So this one, I think, goes right between B and A. Okay, so this one is Bundles of Bravery. And it finally added the bundles into the game, which they promised during Caves and Cliffs back in like 2020. They said, yeah, we're going to add these. 4 years later, we finally got them. Just because of that, and adding hardcore to Minecraft Bedrock, does it deserve an S? It at least deserves an A for them actually putting the bundles and hardcore onto Bedrock Edition. And then last one is The Garden Awakens. The Garden Awakens, I honestly love. I think that deserves an A tier. I think that deserves an A tier, honestly. And that completes this set of tier lists. This tier list, the Minecraft update tier list. I am pretty happy about this. I feel like I put these in some reasonable spots coming from someone who has a bunch of hot takes. Especially the Nether not going up higher. I feel like there's someone gonna be in the comments gonna be like, how dare you put in the Nether that low? You know what? You do you. And with that, if you guys have anything different that you guys would change about this, let me know down in the comments. I love to see you guys' thoughts, where you would put things, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
You